An Upper West Side New York psychiatrist has been accused of brainwashing her then teenager cousin to murder her son's father in a plot to cash in on his $1.5 million insurance policy. Well, Jacob Nolan is now 23 years old. He is on trial, charged with attempted murder after allegedly using a sledgehammer and a knife to try to kill his cousin's ex, Michael Weiss, in 2012. Now, defense attorney Roger Starvis said in opening statements in the Manhattan Supreme Court trial that as a psychiatrist, she, that's his cousin, knew exactly what buttons to push. Pamela Buchbinder, the psychiatrist, turned Jake Nolan into her weapon against Michael Weiss. This is a very strange murder trial that's happening in New York City right now. This boy, he was just a teenager at the time. He attempted to murder Michael Weiss, who is the father of his cousin's baby, and he came at him with a sledgehammer, repeatedly stabbed him with a knife. The woman in question, Pamela Buchbinder, she's a psychiatrist, she's his cousin. They were living together at a time. As yet, she is not being charged with anything. This is obviously defense attorney tactics. This is obviously defense attorney doing their best to try to get this man off scot-free. But they are saying that he was suicidal, bipolar, had anxiety at the time. He was living with his cousin. She was a psychiatrist, knew exactly what to do, and managed to persuade him. And also, there is surveillance footage of her actually purchasing the sledgehammer that was used in the attack.
She bought the attempted murder weapon, you know, this shrink stabbing. It was a hit job from this greedy wacko ex, and she convinced Jake Nolan to actually go into the Upper West Side of her ex's office where this crime happened. And Joe, just looking at this case, it isn't clear if they had a sexual relationship, the young man and
his cousin,
the manipulative witch, who had clearly, in my opinion, conned him into doing this. But the text messages between them, she's highly manipulative in her tactics. She says things like, "My love for you is huge." She calls him "Sweet Shay," "Sweetie, I love you." Highly manipulative. "You're remarkable and brilliant. My love for you is huge." She's clearly playing on a lot of emotional, manipulative aspects of how to twist this guy.
Well, opening statements happened yesterday in Manhattan. It's definitely a very interesting case. In terms of the defense attorney doing their best to use these tactics, use these strategies to try to pin the fact that this boy was manipulated, it does seem like the general thing we might expect from a defense attorney. But when you look at the evidence, when you look at the fact that he was a teenager, that she purchased the weapon, she also managed to persuade her ex, who had this $1.5 million insurance policy, to change that policy to make her the trustee of it only days before the attack. So this is a very strange case. It's going on in Manhattan at the moment. Opening statements happened yesterday. The pair lived together. Prosecution is arguing that this boy, he was a teenager. He may have been sick. He may have had bipolar. He may have been suicidal, but he had a destination. He had a plan. He was armed with the tools to accomplish that plan. So this was a murder that happened back in 2012. Incidentally, the ex who survived the attack, he has now slapped his ex, this psychiatrist lady, with a $5 million Manhattan civil suit that does accuse her of orchestrating this attack. So it's a very interesting case that we expect to go on for a few more weeks. We'll keep you updated on that story here on the Lip News.